Can we have applause too?
And the question basically is, what was your journey to become a director?
It's very difficult question in the beginning, but maybe very important for you because my way to be director and to make the film was not easy and full of mistakes. Then it's not way of success, but maybe from this story you can understand how many mistakes you can do, but don't do, of course. Then the first of all, I study photography and direction of photography on film school in Łódź. And after that, the directing was my second school. And I made after, of course, during the study, I made a lot of short film. And after that, I made 30 minutes short. And it was well done. I have a lot of awards and was in a lot of festivals. And then it was 12 years ago. And then I started to prepare to very big movie. I say big because big budget, and it was a long way of preparation for that, and 3 years working on script and so on and so on. And then Polish Institute didn't give me money for that. Then it was for me shock because it was so good prepared, so many years I worked at that. And then, of course, I have a few years some kind of I don't know how to say, but I didn't believe in myself after that, and then I tried to find the solution to make movie because it was my dream, and it is why I wrote the script for 2 person, really easy, really low budget, because I thought then when I didn't find money for that, I made it by myself with my friend, and it was my way of thinking. Then long way to debut, and it's I know that I had awards 1 year ago here in the CinEast as a young talent, but I'm really sorry that I didn't start before. And it is why, because I finished the school, I had success after 30 minutes film, and I thought that I can everything, but it's not so easy. Then I didn't have plan B, and it is why I would like to say, everyone, try to find your first story really small, because really for only few actors or 2 actors or 3 actors and not with big budget. And I don't like to kill your dream, but I think that it's better to start early with small things, but start after the school or during the school. Then a little sad story, but in the end I have my debut and feature film.
What was your main inspiration for the story, and is it coming from personal experience?
You know, this story is really easy. Then when you call to any friends during the February, you have this story, because every my friends can tell me the same what Wanda says. I don't believe in love, I'd hate my husband, I don't like this country, and I don't like my work. And then it's not very difficult to find this subject. But I think that in my, it's only my way, but in my mind, it's working not like a line, you know, that it's the beginning of the story, I find this subject, and then I write and develop that. It's everything works together in my mind, a few projects in the same moment, and my roots is the documentary. It is why I try to find the puzzle from the reality to this story or that story, or some dialogue, some pictures, some inspiration. And when you concentrate when I concentrate for one subject, the reality gives me a lot of gifts. And just need to note that. Because I'm not this kind of writer who invite the story. I just listen some dialogue, or I'm watching, or I remember something, and I take puzzle from reality, and my work is only glue that to the. Do you understand me? Okay. Microphone, please, because we are recording.
Yes, so super unprofessional. So I have a question too, which is building on this, what the student said. It's so it's stories from other people, or is it also your personal stories? Like
no, it's a puzzle. I say puzzle from other people, but of course I believe in personal story generally, not about me, but my personal feeling. I don't believe in, I say only I, it's not, I don't believe in the story what you think, oh, it's a nice story, I would like to tell this story, when you don't have your emotion for that, your personal emotion. Then of course, it was my private personal emotion, and it was few, but the most important was that why we can't communicate, why we can't just sit on the couch and talk with each other when we see that our love is dying, and why we can't do anything. Just this is what I would like to tell the story in the beginning. And the second very important too, what is the border on the relationships? Doesn't matter that it is marriage or friendship or any, because everybody tell us now about borders and what's happened with that border, because we cross that always. Then just keep it or change it, or we can cross and we can refuse. This was my personal story.
Okay. And why this place? Why do they go to this place, to this beach?
Yannick invite this place, it's not me.
Okay.
But the truth is then I would like to find a place just on the corner, you know, not that it's a big trip to the mountains, Mount Everest or Spitsbergen or something like that, who can change your life. Because I don't know how here in Luxembourg, but in Poland, this Baltic sea and beach and shore, it's very wide during the winter. Then it's only 2 hours by the train, and you can find nature in wild nature, pure nature, and something when you can feel loneliness, this deep kind of loneliness, like during the night in the forest. Then you don't think about, this guy is like that or like that, I don't like him because he can remove something or something. It's just the other person. And it's important, this kind of feeling, then you would like to meet other humans. It is why this place. And Baltic Sea is the most beautiful place in the world for me during the winter, because during the summer it's absolutely crowded. Natalia, do you know something about? Where are you from?
I have not been to Baltic Sea in winter, but I'm sure it's great.
Where are you from?
Warsaw.
Warsaw. It's great, but really cold.
Thank you very much. And if we could go now into the weather of the movie, like the place, beach, we saw there was a lot of wind. And how did you manage with the bad weather?
It was the worst trip in my life and the worst work in my life. It was crazy. I didn't expect that it was so hard. I can say it was mistake, but it was really difficult. All the crew was really brave, and it was very difficult to work in this weather condition, I can say you, but I couldn't imagine how difficult, never more during the winter. But of course, it's I work in the special way, because in my crew, always work freaks, because when you are a normal person, you never work in the film crew. But my crew is special because everybody are friends, and friends from the long time, from the school, for example. And I work in absolutely democratic system. There is not this kind of system. Then this szefowie pionów.
Like hierarchy?
No, że są, wiesz, there is no chef of crew of the DOP or crew of light of crew. It's not this kind of system like normal. It's absolutely democratic system, more like a kitchen. I don't know, that it's everyone need to be prepared, learn the script. Doesn't matter what the position, what is his job. Every need to read the script and talk about that, and everyone can critique everything, scene or sentence or subject or story. Everyone can interrupt the take in my crew, because I so trust that person that I know that when someone interrupt take, they are sure that the take never will be work, because something would, for example, there is no microphone or see some. I trust them, and they trust me, and we are really good crew. But I talk about crew because this film was the most difficult for the technical crew, because everything was wet. Of course, the camera and the lens, but the stuff, then when I finish my work, and I finish like Van Dijk, you know, then just lay on the sand, then my crew was working 2 hours more. Then it was really difficult for them because everything was wet. And the worst situation was for the sound, of course, because it was so windy and everybody helped each other, but the two guy from the sound department, we can't help them. They was alone with their job. Then it was really difficult for them.
How much people are part of the crew?
I don't remember, but I think 30, 40.
Thank you very much. My next question is also weather related, but more specific to the schedule. Did you have to adjust a lot of things because of the weather? Did you have to make any changes to the schedule? And which problems occurred where you had to improvise on the set and change some things?
I was very well prepared. I was prepared on this couch. This film, I made a lot of rehearsal on this, just on the couch. And I work with the actors 1 month. Then I prepared a little bit like in the theater, you know, that everything was prepared before. Then there was no condition, no weather condition for the improvisation. Of course, was something, but no in the dialogue, no in the scene, because we put all energy to survive, you know. Was space for directing or inviting something and so on. But and of course the schedule. In first day we realized that the schedule not working because the weather was changing so fast that we need immediately change the idea what we can do. And thanks that we was everybody know what we need to do. Everybody knew what it's important in the script. We can change very fast. For example, the scene. When I say, okay, it's snowing right now, then scene 22, and oh, sorry, it stops snowing. Then we change the scene. And thanks that the crew understand me very well and they know what we need to do. I didn't waste my time for explain to no one what we need to do. Just this scene, and everybody knew what is seen.
Thank you.
Firstly, hi, it's very nice to meet you. My question was, what was the most unexpected problem or issue during the shoot that happened, and how it was solved in the end?
It was the communication. It's very funny because it's a film about communication, that people can't communicate. And we had the same problem during the shooting because the wind was so crazy, then we can't hear each other. Then the radio doesn't work because this wind put to the radio, and of course it's the end. And of course phone doesn't work, and you can't hear each other. When you are shouting, you can hear each other. You need to run to someone to say something. then it was really big problem. And the second was the steps. No, it's not steps. Natalia, jak są ślady? When you are walked and the no footsteps in the sand. Okay, then footsteps, because it was very big problem on the beach. Of course, in normal high-budget film, it's not problem because it's post-production. But we didn't have so much money. Then, could you imagine when we make one take and something was wrong, and when they was walking and we need to take another take, the crew need to go to the forest. And go a lot of make, I don't know, few hundred meters to make the other take, because we make these footsteps, and it was really hard. The same with, for example, the tent. When you prepare the tent, around the tent are footsteps. Then we need to wait. Then the sound make your own work. And the wind. Then it was, I can say unexpected, because when you are clever, I think we could thought about that, but we didn't.
Thank you very much.
Hi, it's nice to meet you. So I was quite impressed by the fox you used. So I was wondering, how was it to shoot with animals like the fox, and were there rules for shooting with animals?
I write story about this fox because I wrote story about the fox because I saw a lot of fox on the beach, and the fox on the beach are really nice, the wild fox, because they are hungry. Then if they eat everything and come and are friendly. But of course, I can't work with the wild fox because production reason and safe. And they find me the fox who are acting, but they find me the fox, and the first one, it was not fox, it was fox lady. She was really fat, have you seen? And she didn't like cooperate because she was in heat in this time, and when fox is in heat, they are just prepare the hole and waiting for the fox man in this. Then she didn't like eat anything, and she still prepared the hole in the sound. Then I thought that it will be the first film when we will be written. The fox was killing during this shooting by director, because it was really hard. She didn't like cooperate, and the wild fox cooperate very, very well. Then it's always difficult to work with animal, and always I think that I don't believe that animals I think that it's always problem for the animals to work. Maybe, for example, my dog can work with with pleasure when you have some sausages and so on. But generally, this kind like fox, horse, I think that they are not very happy to work during the shooting. It's my opinion.
Thank you.
Hello, it's very nice to meet you. I wanted to ask, how was it to work with the actors, and meaning the relationship, and how did you make them feel comfortable during the scenes of the movie? And I also wanted to ask if they had chemistry or if it was like a thing that was built throughout the film.
It was a special situation because Zosia Habiera is not professional actor. She's a singer, and we met in the bar. She worked in the bar. Then I always thought that she's person from the film, from the movie. And but it was very difficult decision that she will be acting. No, because she's not professional. It's my debut, her debut. But I had professional casting. It was half a year of work. But in the end, with the casting director, we decided that she's the best for this kind of movie. And the choosing actor was the most difficult and most important things in this film, because depends of the actors, it will be different film. Then choosing the actor, it was choosing of it was 99% of decision. And I told you that it was 1 month rehearsal with the actors, and the chemistry between them was very difficult because I didn't need that they love each other. They need to hate each other and love each other and like and don't like. Then it was very difficult to build, but I didn't build a relation between them because it's impossible. We together building what emotion have this person in this moment, not separately, because it's always separately. But of course, I study them. We study each other to hear each other, because it's very important. Then actors hear each other. And they had, of course, they had a lot of things. For example, the sense of humor was in the same level. It was very important, but it was really difficult to build the relation between two persons. But in the end, they like each other and hate each other and everything. Marcin Sztabinski, the actor, was professional, and he generally play in the theater. Then it was very difficult for him to work with the non-professional actor. But they help each other, because he helped her to be on position, this technical issue, and she helped him to be a natural.
Hi. So I think it's more of a production question, but how much did the movie cost?
It is a question. It's about 500,000 euro. Then it's low budget film.
Okay, thank you.
But you never can say that it was 500,000 euro, because when you make a low budget film, a lot of person help you for free or for very small money. Then it's not true that low budget film cost only this what the money. Because people work very hard for free or for small salary. Then I say about post-production, music, a lot of things like that. And always with debut, I think this is the moment when everybody would like help you, and it is very nice. Maybe with the second film, not will be so easy.
How much did the directing, making film, has an impact on your lifestyle, on your private life and things like that?
Okay. I thought that I respond of this question that it's a private emotion, not. It's few scene from my private life, but it's not that I write this scene, but I remember that I had this scene in my private life. For example, the cauliflower, it's my scene from my life, but it's a small scene, not all the story. But all the story about what I said about how difficult it is to communicate in relationships. It's absolutely my private experience. But everyone, had this kind of experience. It's nothing special.
I think he meant, like, how did making this film affect your private life? So did you have to spend a lot of time away from home to make the film? Stuff like that. I think that's what you meant.
Like how your lifestyle changed.
Yeah, like how your
how? Okay, sorry,
yeah.
I didn't understand the question. How my private life is changing
during the film.
During the film, I have 3 kids. Then it's absolutely you can work as director and be good mother. It's you never can mix it. You need to choose. For 1 year, I choose be director and very bad mother. But when it's I think when you decided to be filmmaker, your life is always crazy. Then it's not that this film changed something. Generally, this work, it's not this film changed because I work as director from years. Then I think I can't respond for that. Or do you have the special question? No, just generally, yes. It's. I think that it's very difficult. Live with artists generally for family, because you never finish your work. For example, my daughter would like to be waiters because she told me that she would like to finish your work when she finish your work, not work 24 hours a day. Then then I think it's a problem for the family because you are in the project 24 hours and it's a lot of stress but I didn't make the film, but I work as director. I made the commercial, video clips and so on. Then it's not. But of course, 1 month I was on the beach. Then I was absent. It's not easy.
So I have a question that's a bit less related to this film. I wanted to ask you what films in general marked you, influenced you, and also more specifically which Polish films you would recommend to my classmates that marked you.
I recommend you today. It's a very nice film by Mara, Under the Grey Sky. I very like this film. I think it's the best from the last year, for my opinion. Then I don't know at what, because Mara said that Q&A is 6:30. Then maybe this film is at 4. You need to check because it's a really nice film and very important subject. Really easy, really. No, I don't like to tell, but if you have time, you need to see this film. And it's nice to see this film in the cinema. Maybe it's not opportunity to see, because I don't know that it on platform and so on, but the subject is difficult because it's about situation of journalists in Belarus. Not very funny, but very nice and good done. Then I love Mike Mills. He's my master's, and but Polish. I very like Ostatni dzień lata, very old Polish film, Last Day of Summer, but and it's a lot of inspiration from this film, but it's very old and no one don't know anything about that. No, maybe you, Natalia, then but I love every film. Yes, I love cinema generally. Then when you ask me that, in my mind, everything is I love Mike Mills because this is kind of cinema what I would like to do. I don't have this talent, but I try. I will try.
I really like the dialogue in the film, and I wanted to ask if you have a special approach on how to write, or in general, or for this movie, if you have done something different.
I don't have any recipe, but generally, because when you start with the first film, when it's your debut, it's a lot of commission and script doctors and so on. Then everyone had the problem with my dialogue before, because everybody say no, it's literature. People don't speak it that way, and I think then people speak in a very strange way, very poetic way, but we didn't realize it. And when you find it, it's a key for that. Don't worry that it's crazy or in poetic way or literature or long dialogue, because everybody study you that dialogue must be short for 1 page and so on. I think that it's not working. It's working, find some kind of poetic, personal language.
Thank you.
And don't care about rules. Yes, because it was really my big problem to explain that it not will be literature. That because Vanda is, I don't know, because the English translation was a little simpler than her language, but I would like to find. I looked for the original Vanda language, and everyone speak in own language. I think that you need to listen that and write and then work with actors, because I change a lot during the rehearsal with actors. Because sometimes they say, no, I can't say that, I don't feel that, then I change the dialogue.
I have another question. So there's this one scene where she talks about, I don't quite remember if it's a bear or a fox hunting in the Arctic.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to ask what did you want to say with that scene, because I found quite interesting, but
I don't remember. Jak to było? No, it's simple. It's not symbolic. She just told it easy. She just told that you can't believe still that nature can be so wild. Then it will be just still are somewhere the bear and so on and so on. And when you're living in the city, you forget about that. You think that it's only National Geographic, but it is really in the nature. It's, but I have one life hack. I love the scene. It's absolutely not what I was teach. I'm interested. What do you think about that? Eric, is for you question. Because I love the scene, because always everybody teach that the scene need to push the action, yes? And I love small scene, what are like in the life, absolutely lost. You know, without the action, without nothing. Like she say, for example, then she had a problem with the bush of roses when she go to, and so on. Then, because it's alive, and I love this kind of scene when they don't give you nothing in the drama, you know. What do you think, Eric?
I absolutely agree. So you need plot to move the story forward, but too much plot, then it just becomes boring. So I find the difficult part for me personally is you have.
It's the most difficult.
It's difficult
yeah,
because you have to convince the people that want to give you money. They look for plot actually, because in the script it's just a page, and then they're like, okay, there's a turning point, there's the beat, there's here and there, so everything should move the action forwards, but it's tiring. So I try to, when you shoot, you try taking that out again, and then put new or improvise the scenes. Or I try to improvise the scenes, and then we could add this scene, this moment, take the dialogue away, improvise, and then something new happens. Yes. I find that more interesting.
For me, it's the most difficult to write this kind of scene. This scene that don't have any sense, just it's about beauty or about life, about just we are talking about different things when we talk really serious too. Sometimes we talk about these flowers or this kind of light. Or I can't find it right now even. But for me, it's really important. I love it. In the literature, of course, it's often, but in the film, it's not so often.
It's also these films that I love, where there's almost nothing happening, but actually a lot is happening. And I always wonder, how do they convince people to give them money because there's almost no plot. You know, it's just living a normal life sometimes. And you
When I write, no, because it's plot there, and it's very straight dramaturgy, but this dramaturgy is very thin. It's a problem. Then, but thanks God I have producer who understood that. But now with the next film I had the same problem. Everybody tell it, but it's about what? Nothing happened in this film. But for example, I saw in this festival everything what I saw. No, not everything, but it was a lot of film when the dramaturgy is very, very delicate, and I love it.
How did you get into films? Like, what drove you to become a filmmaker? Like, what was your like? How did I don't know if how what drove you to become a filmmaker, and how did you become the filmmaker you are today?
No, I think it's a question though. Like when I was 12, 13, I watched so many movies and I realized this is the thing I want to do. What was it for you?
I'm not sure, but it was that I don't remember, it's from the childhood, I think so. I was dreaming about that, but I was too shy and I didn't believe in myself, and I've never believed when I was younger that I can be director. I still not believe in that. When my film was in the cinema, I was coming to the cinema and say, wow, it's my film, really, it's happened. I always dreaming about that, but I was too shy to decide about that. Then it was small step. The first I was photograph, then DOP, then directed, then I write script, and it was really long and not fast way to do that. But it was stupid. But I think that it's a lot of people who didn't believe in yourself. It's not so obvious that everyone thinks, oh, I will be director or someone and I can do that. It's not my problem only, I think.
Hi, I have a question. It's about, like, as the movie world in Poland is evolving, how hard was it as a woman to get into the directing?
I think that gender subject, it's not have the it's not there is no
it's pretty equal.
It's this for me BDOP it was difficult more because it's really men's word, but now it's changing everything. Then during the when I was studying in Łódź DOP, I was unique on the class, and now all the class it's full of women. Maybe no men in this year. Then I think that is changing and it's done. This is it's. I think it's not problem now for that. We have half and half.
So hi, I just had a question. What theme or subject would you like to explore to enrich your filmography, and what would you want to bring to the audience with that?
In the future?
Yeah. In coming future, or maybe a further future that you cannot really tell.
I like small story. I've never would like do big drama. I like I like humor, and I like because our reality is really difficult. Then I looking for the moment when the world is beautiful for the 1 second. It's what I would love to do.
So I have a question, maybe kind of advice. So on one hand, I feel like we get told, just get into something and do anything and try things out. But then on the other hand, I feel like we also get taught to be patient and to know the right timing to do the right projects. And so I struggle a bit with that, with like knowing the timing of the project and how to be patient and when to know if I'm ready to do something. So could you share some advice on that, like balancing out doing things and being patient?
Being patient, what do
Well,
you
for
mean?
example, if I would want to do a big movie that I have in mind for years, I'm not necessarily ready to do this right now, right? But then I have to just be patient with it and know when the right moment is to do it. So how do you know when is the
No,
timing?
I think they forgot about patience, if I can be your friend. Because it's so difficult to find money and to start, and your patience is, personally patient, it's nothing what you need to think about. Do you understand that I think that we need fight about a project without patience. Then of course no, because it's difficult. It is why I think that the moment when you are, it's a moment to make the film and not waiting. Then maybe something's happened in the future. I think that it is why I told you about my story, because I wasting my time because I didn't think in the I was the first all I was too shy, it's stupid, and the second I think about not realistic project in the beginning. After that, you can think about what you want, I think, but you need to start, and this moment to start, it's very difficult. And I think that you can start with very, very small, not small thing in the, I say small thing in the two actors or one actor on no low budget movie. I think that it's a moment to think about that, to start and to study and to show to other person what you are.
Thank you.
Without patience, they build very, very fast. Yes, yes.
So I think